चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं विदाउट वेस्टिंग ए टाइम. वी हैव दिस लैब टुडे, dual home L2 EVPN, L2VPN EVPN. In this lab, we will test core isolation feature. Core isolation means in a scenario where PE lose connectivity to the core network, either core facing interface on the PE goes down or due to some upstream event result BGP pairing down. However, access side node is not aware of this event since the multi-home access interfaces on the PE device is still in upstate. This result traffic can be blackholed since the access side continue to forward the traffic to the PE. To solve this kind of scenario problem, the core isolation solution is implemented in Cisco IOS-XE devices. In the event of BGP peering lose connectivity on the PE device or core facing interface goes to the downstate, multi-home access interfaces on the PE side will be placed in array disable state. In this topology, we have a 3P, PE1, PE2, and PE3, and we have a two CE devices, CE1 and CE2. Only CE1 device is dual home, is connected with the PE1 and PE2 both, while the CE2 device is a single home. While testing the core isolation feature, we will perform the three test cases. First case, we will see without doing any changes, without doing any interface with BGP down, correct? We will manually verify all the working conditions, how CE1 MAC address is learning on the PE3, okay? It's coming from the PE1 or PE2, okay? And who is the DF forwarder, okay? Who is then forwarding state for the bump traffic in case of PE1 or PE2 as CE1 is dual home. So whenever the in L2VPN see customer device with the dual home scenario, so one P have to become the DF forwarder, other will go in the block state. That thing will verify. We will also verify the EVPN MAC table on all of the P3, P1, P2, P3 for the C MAC address. Like we'll verify the CE1 MAC address on the P3 from where it's learning either from the P1 or P2. In second case, what we'll do, we will shut down the interface on the forward. Let's suppose P1 in the forwarding state DF forward. So we'll shut down this interface gigabit Ethernet 1, okay, and we will see after that how the P3 is learning the MAC address of CE1. And we'll also verify the core isolation which is working or not. So once I shut down the interface, core interface gigabit Ethernet 1, which is connected with the core router RR, which this gigabit 2 interface should go to the array disable state. Ultimately, this is the core isolation feature which will solve the issue of traffic black hole, correct? As we discussed earlier. Second case, we will do the BGP only shutdown. We'll only shut down the BGP. Interface will be up, and then we'll see this port went to the array disable state or not. And again, we'll verify the MAC address learning, you can MAC address learning on a P3. Once we shut down the BGP, once we shut down the interface, we will see how much time BGP will take time to go down. Okay, and after that, route will be withdrawn when the timer BGP timer expire. And again, we'll verify the C1 MAC on the P3 device. Okay, so let's start in working scenario where there is no interface or BGP down from the core state. Let me log to the P1. Let me increase the font size here. show BGP. Let me verify the BGP state first. So BGP L2VPN, all summary. So the BGP neighbor is up for the address family L2VPN. Only L2EVPN address family here only we are running. L2VPN, EVPN, EVI detail. So here we can see that port channel 1, this P is in the forwarding state, in the DF forwarding state for the CE1, as the CE1 device is multi-homed. Let me check the EVPN MAC table. MAC table, show L2VPN MAC. So now we can see that. So this is the AABCC. This is the MAC address of coming from 444. This 44 address of the PE3. So this is the MAC address of CE2. And this is the MAC address we are locally learning. So this is the MAC address of CE1, and that is the dual home. So this is the port channel we have configured, and which is connected with the CE1. And this port channel have one member, that is gigabit 2. Gigabit 2. So once we will shut down the interface on the P1 or will shut down the BGP, this port channel 1 or gigabit 2 interface should go to the array disable state while testing the core isolation feature. Before that, let me quickly verify for the P2 status also. Let me log into the P2, and here we'll also check again. Let me increase the font size. Show BGP all summary. So BGP is up for L2VPN address family. Only this is the family active. Show L2VPN, EVPN, EVI detail. EVPN instance detail we are checking. Only single instance we configure 20. And this PE2 in the blocking state, bum blocked. And PE1 while we check in the forwarding state, in the DF forwarding state. So this is the bum label for the bum traffic. And let me check here also. EVPN table, MAC table. Again, this is the CE2 MAC address which is coming from the next of P3 router, and this is the MAC address which we are local. This is again same port channel we have, which is connected to our CE1, because the CE1 is the dual home which connected to the PE1 and PE2 router as you see in the topology. Let's go to the P3 now. And let me give the font size here. Show BGP all summary. Again, we are using single address family L2VPN EVPN. This is our show BGP L2VPN EVPN EVI detail. Will check. Sorry. Show L2VPN EVPN EVI detail. Will check. And this is again single instance is configured for the EVI 20 instance is configured. This is the bum label for this, and so this is the interface, access interface connected to the CE2. It's in single DOM. It's connected with the only PE3. Let me check the quickly MAC also. L2VPN EVPN MAC. So here we can see. So this is the CE1 MAC address which is seen earlier on the PE1, PE2 devices is coming from the 1111. So this is the 11 IP address of the PE1. As we have seen, PE1 was the forwarding state. So from that PE, we are learning this MAC address entry. As we have done the verification in working scenario, so let's start with the test case. First, I will go to the P1. Okay, and on this P1, I will make the BGP shutdown toward go. So this is the BGP neighbor we have an 2.2.2.2. This is the IP address of RR. So let me shut down the BGP, then we monitor the events. Router BGP 1 neighbor 2.2.2.2 shutdown. So I've shut down the neighbor. As we can see, once you have shut down the neighbor, so we are able to see these events. L2 address family is turned down. Then it's yes, EVPN core isolation, shutting down multi access into a port channel 1 is going down. Administrator down, and this will put in the physical interface also going to also now. Let's check the status of P1. Here we the it's an admin down, it put in the array disabled state. Even the physical interface status will verify. This is also in array disabled state. So what we have done is we have done the BGP neighborship down between the P1 and this R. So this BGP neighbor is down. When BGP neighbor is down, so what core isolation feature done? This gig 2 interface or port channel with the gig 2 interface part of port channel 1. This put in array disabled state to avoid the traffic black hole. Let me quickly verify now the EVPN MAC on the P3 for CE1. Let's go to the this is the PE3. Okay, now we'll verify show L2VPN EVPN MAC. So now you will be able to see this is the C1 MAC address. Earlier it was coming from the P1, now it's coming from PE2. Let's check the status of the DF in the PE2. Show L2VPN EVPN EVI detail, and now it's in DF forwarding state. Okay, so now let again make the interface up on the BGP up. Router BGP1 no neighbor 2.2.2.2 shutdown. And you've done the neighborship is coming up now. Now automatically access side interface port channel 1 gig 2 interface should came up. Able to see EVPN core connected now. These are the events are core connected, line protocol up, port channel is up, member to port channel added, chain up. Now again we'll verify the states. Show L2VPN EVPN EVI detail. So now again it's in the forwarding state. If we check similar status on the PE2, it's in again now blocks RU8 forwarding, and now the MAC address on the P3 for C1 should also change. Now it's again coming from the 1.1. Now we have tested the BGP down. Let's test code the physical interface on the PE1. Let me quickly shut down the interface gigabit Ethernet 1. This is the core interface. I'm to just shut down. So now this will take time, correct? So interface going down at immediately it put the gig multi-homing interface also in the admin down, admin state in the add disable state. But BGP will take time going down. When the BGP time expire, then only will down. Like here, see, BGP still up. So this is the fine tuning we need to do. So still is coming from the one while the PE1 core interface toward RR is down. So let's monitor this. So this will take the normal time. Once this BGP time expire, BGP will go down. Then the MAC address entry will be got populated, updated on the P3. Now it's 333. So P2 33 is the IP address. So if you check here, so ultimately now the BGP went down. Here the image message we are able to see state time took time to said you early verified, correct? Now this EVPN MAC address is coming from the PE2. Let me again quickly make the interface up on the P1 core interface. One, no shut. Let's see the events now. Let's monitor the event on the console. What event should become. Okay, it's coming. Interface is up now. BGP is up. EVPN core is connected now. You can see here. And this portion is coming up again. Let's go back again. Again, verify the show L2VPN, EVPN, EVI detail fasting. So again, now in forwarding state. Let's check status for the P2. It's in block state now, DF. And let's go to the P3. Now it's one. So this way we have tested the core isolation feature in case core interface or BGP down, how in the case of EVP and traffic black hole can be prevented in such scenario. And one more thing I want to show you guys here is